just when I wanted to celebrate what appears to be one of my best ever, another one of my best ever shoot-around victories. I already have so many quality wins this season, and this is definitely one of them. Considering that I played with, or more like against, my nemesis in Russ. Yeah, in his home court. Yes, I had a clean sweep of 2-0, man. 2-0. That I would never have imagined. The first game, which was a one versus one, where I had to make my baskets via LM3F. Man, he missed all his shots, and meanwhile, I made all my shots. Yeah, the first shot attempt, which was the layup, I guess you want to count that as an official miss because I grabbed the offensive rebound. I don't know how that works. Like, if, let's just say if you missed a shot, whether it's a mid-range or three or a layup, and you grab the offensive rebound and you put it back immediately to make it. I don't know if you still call that. I don't know if that still counts as a miss, even if you grab the offensive rebound. I gotta find out about that. For now, let's just call this, for the sake of this game, I went 5 for 5, folks. On field goals, 5 for 5. Meanwhile, he missed all his shots. Meanwhile, I made all of my shots. 5 for 5. A layup, 2 points. A mid-range shot to go for 4 points. That was actually a turnaround mid-range shot. Then a bank 3 to go for 7. And another layup for 9. And then another mid-range shot to go a perfect 11-0. I was supposed to reach 10 points. And that was done. So, took care of that one. Then we played horse. And what happened was, he got me first, right? And he got me the letter first, which was I got the H first, and then it tied with an H when I made the 3 and he missed. And then the next few shots, I gave him 3 more letters. O-R-S. He needed 1 more letter. Meanwhile, I only had H. So I was ahead of him for a while, like comfortably. And then he picked it up. I understand he was being talkative with all the NBA stuff, and I understand that tactic as far as like, I understand that tactic as far as like, hey, that distraction tactic, you call it, and just to try to get me to miss. And look, it worked to the point where, as he was getting red hot, I was missing. I was starting to miss. Yeah, I had some good looks, except for the one where it went short off of the mid-range. He was a mid-range assassin. He's got a pure mid-range shooting form, man. That's why he's the mid-range assassin in our group. Russ has always been the mid-range assassin. I know I can hit mid-range shots. I've already improved, considering how many consecutive mid-range shots I'm able to make in a lot of my LM3F games, my moving target score games. And in the end, we ended up being tied with 1 more letter to go. So, all that, the lead that I had just quickly dissipated, and then all of a sudden we were tied. Now, granted, I was up 1-0, and even if I were to lose this one, there still would have been an activity 3. But considering the momentum that he already had, and my momentum kind of sliding, the pressure would be more on me to make the shots because of the momentum he has already gained. And I felt like when we get to the third activity, if that happened, I might be in a situation where, albeit it might be pretty close, or it may not be that close, I might lose. I might end up losing. Just as it was, like, in many of these games that we played one another in the 2-for-3 activity fest. You know what I'm saying? So fortunately, here's what happened. So I think I missed a 3, and then he made a mid-range shot. Okay. From there, if I missed, then I would have lost that activity. It would have been tied 1-1. So really, I had nothing to lose yet. Even if I were to lose in horse, but it would have just been a bad look considering that, I was up early. I had the lead, and then all of a sudden it tied to where I may have possibly lost. But he hit the mid-range shot, and then I wanted to make sure I was under pressure now, because if I missed this mid-range shot, then I was gonna lose. I remember in the beginning of this game, he hit like 3 straight mid-range shots. And he had a lot of possessions because he was hitting a lot of those. He hit, so the first 2 straight he hit, I responded with 2 straight, and then the third straight, and then I missed that one that got me the H. So I was the one that got the letter first. But anyway, fast forward to the situation where he made the mid-range shot, possibly to eliminate me. And fortunately, I responded to make the mid-range shot, and so that saved me. And now it was my turn. So he missed a shot, and then I made a 3. And from there, I was like, I knew it was going to be over, because his weakness has been 3-point shots. Now, from our group, myself, Julio, maybe a boss to an extent, can make 3s. That's something that Russ has got to work on, right? So yeah, I made the 3, and then I knew from there it was going to be over, unless he didn't have a bad look, then it missed, so I ended up having a clean sweep for the first time against Russ. A clean sweep. Yeah, I beat him before, but he wasn't the primary opponent. That was when we were at the boss's place. That was the boss's home court, the Walnut Park, and it's only like 3 minutes from where he lived. So yeah, that was. So this one here, I ended up sweeping the series 2-0, 1-2, and then so that's my first time winning in Pinewood Park. Not in general, because I went there before, but Russ ended up load managing that. It ended up being me and B versus Dewey to barely beat him in a one-on-one match, and that was supposed to be 1 versus 2. Had it been that way, I probably would have lost to go. Was it my long losing streak, which is probably like 11 in a row at the time? I probably would have lost my 12th straight had it happened like that. But that was like way back in 2023 when I still did the fall special. So yeah, I won there once, but Russ was load managing at the time. So since then, the next couple of times I was in Pinewood Park, Russ was there. Last year I played in June, lost that one, and then another time, which is also this month, but later in the month, I lost that one as well. And this time was the first time playing in Pinewood Park, and second time against a friend, and this time it's Russ, my nemesis, and I beat him straight up. So now I'm 2-0 this season against friends. I've now improved my record against friends to 3-7. Yeah, I mean it's still a losing record, but at least now I'm 3-7. So the next time I play Russ, maybe it might be as a home game. Hopefully that would happen, or it'll be in my home court, but as a visitor, I would love that even more. Okay, so yeah, man, this was a moment I wanted to celebrate as I came home. So happy. Just that actually was already the start of what it appears to be, an important 2 weeks for me, where I feel like I'm getting the biggest break ever. I mean, at least, and potentially going for my first ever good month of 2025. However, just hearing from what I heard last night, and look, I don't want to really have to dig in deep, because I don't want to say all this stuff on this video right here. This is where I would need another video site like a Patreon or some other site where people had to just log in and to see my video content, so they can hear me out on what I really wanted to say. But for this sake, it's I'm just gonna keep it to where it'll just tie into where obviously where I stand, how it affects me as far as what I heard from last night. So yeah, I've heard some of the things and these are just basically family matters, right? Regardless, I was still able to play my game, and that was a good one when I came home. And then like I wanted to celebrate, right? But just hearing from what I heard, man, it's like it's almost like my 2-week break might just be cut short. I mean, look, I know the first week is starting to feel a little long. My first couple of days this week have been pretty crappy because of the fact that the air conditioning still isn't working. It's still not working to this day. I mean, how much longer am I going to stand this? Am I going to stand through this this warm air in the room? You know what I'm saying? In the office. So yeah, man, I'm starting to feel like this is just already starting to kill my mood, because just when I need a break like that, and it did not start until yesterday. Yesterday I was feeling better coming out of work, because for one, I didn't have a game during my lunch break, and I wasn't really feeling all that tired. And when I played my game, I was feeling pretty good, and and then just to hear what I've heard last night, it's like all of a sudden, those 2 weeks may just be cut short. It may cut short to probably just 1 week now. I mean, who knows when this will end? So I told myself, man, I mean, just when I need something to happen, like I already got so many plans. I know I haven't been able to work some of those plans, but the thing is, now I don't even know. One of those plans that I have is my job hunting, obviously. But I mean, I already only applied to like one job, but if I gotta really buckle down, then I gotta take advantage, so I can get a job interview. Hopefully, if it's like towards the end of this week or next week, I got all this time, and now all of a sudden that might have to be cut short. It just sucks, dude. It just sucks. I mean, I just feel like at this point nothing's just going my way, man. And no, I don't want to believe that when people say, "Oh yeah, things happen for a reason. Things are meant to be." I don't want to believe that, dude. I mean, I get it. I get that things happen, but to add for a reason, like what reason are you talking about? Just say things happen. That's it. Or shit happens. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm at the point now where like I'm right here in this dump. Okay, I already know I already know what's expected, and unfortunately, like This is what it's just come to with what's already happening, and like all of a sudden my 2 weeks have to be cut short. My next game is supposed to be me and Mari's 9-year French anniversary game. I'm just trying to barely get the sign done, and I don't even know if I can do it tonight. I mean, everything that's happening has to be like a minute to minute thing. Sometimes it just has to be last minute, and so, I mean, we'll just never know at this point. I mean, I already called 2025 the worst year. Okay, I already been on record saying that in a lot of my videos. So, it just amazes me that with this shoot-around season that I'm having, this magical shoot-around season, one of the best ones I ever had, considering it's only my second full season, this has just got to be the best ever, right? And just think about it. For the second straight season, this summer alone, Mari and the boss are fully present in my circle. Those two guys, and if I want to count Larry in there too, because he was out in 2023, and so is Cassandra. I mean, Cassandra has not really been much in social media these days. Let's just tell the truth about that. Let's just be honest about that, But Larry has been active sometimes, So I'll probably count Larry in there because he wasn't around in 2023, the summer of 2023 as well. Mari was out, a boss at least till, for almost 2 months. I saw him on International Friendship Day. That was on a Sunday, and I think that was toward the end of July. That was July 30th of 2023. So much happened that summer. It wasn't just the adventures that I did. The Wild Rivers and hanging out with Nathan in the Irvine Spectrum and exploring the Fire Museum, and I did so much more in 2023, and so many other things happened, like some of the firings from ESPN, like Max Kellerman and Jalen Rose, if I'm not mistaken, Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy. So much happened, and God rest his soul, the guy that played Paul Rubens from Pee Wee's Playhouse. Man, there was just so much that just happened, and just that summer alone compared to just this past summer. I know the Olympics happened and Steph Curry going off on that gold medal Olympic game, but I just felt like there was so much more that just happened in that other summer of 2023. Apart from the fact that I made more of it as far as what I did, adventure wise, than I did, for just last year. And Mari and the boss were not even around. And I know what a boss went through. I know what Mari went through. At least I saw a boss right at the end of July, but Mari has not been present. She was out much longer, and she wasn't even around on social media. She wasn't even on Facebook for almost 2 months. Although it felt a little longer than that because she just completely disappeared. And I don't even know what's going on. It was her presence has just not been felt for so long. So and I explored all these some of the parks that were new parks to me. I've been playing them more than once now for just the past season and this season. So sorry to kind of ramble off, but just this year for the second straight time, Mari and the boss, and even if you want to, I guess if Larry was still available on Facebook, then that's their presence, and their vibes are what has made, has energized to what this season has become. At 55-26, you can look right there. 9 straight wins, including last night's win against Russ in his home court, right close to his house. Considering that both of them were there, Mari and the boss, to see this circle at full strength again, it's just so hard to imagine how bad, when it has just so many problems here, despite the fact that they're there. And if I can only have the summer like I did, at least in 2023, if I go back a couple years, then I would say that my summer, if I took that 2023 summer and applied it to 2025, along with this amazing shoot around season, oh boy, I think it will be such a great summer. Let's just be honest about that, man. It would have been such an amazing summer, considering both of those guys are there. And if I was on Facebook still, if I saw that Larry was there and Mari, of course, and I would have made my summer this summer if I applied the 2023 summer to this summer in 2025. It would have been pretty awesome. It would have been an awesome summer. I would be at least proud and happy and joyful to see it. Like both my basketball shoot around my season being like this, and with Mari and the boss, around and Larry, and and to see that my summer is just like in 2023 would have been awesome, right? And I know I did a video not that long ago on the 4th of July, asking myself if I will ever have another shoot around season, after this, considering all of this this kind of dilemma that I'm in. I was like, I don't even know. I know I still gotta find a new job, and that's just been my priority for the last few years. You know what I'm saying?